All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another Cultural Awareness podcast, man. This time, I'm trying my first live video. What up? What it do, baby? Anyway, man, we have some crazy ass story today, man. I don't even know how long it's going to take me, you see. It actually came in a note and I don't want to show the letter, so I'm just going to read it and we're going to give some comment on it. And so there's a joke that goes as follow, right? Because I always wonder. So there's a man that says, if they give you 100 million to play Satan in a movie versus giving you 2 million to play God in a movie, which role will you take? And I have a friend that said, who am I to play the Almighty Lord? So this man literally just said, hey, I'm playing Satan right away. You know what I mean? He ain't playing. But anyway, that was just a side note or anything like that. But let's get to this thing, because this story to me is sad at the same time, because I can, as an African man, I can see the consequences that are going to happen with this story. So without me trying to spoiling the story, I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then I will be pausing throughout, because it's quite long. So be patient with me, man. And if this is your first time on Cultural Awareness Podcast, please feel free to subscribe on our YouTube and every single podcast venue that we have out there. We have Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon podcast. I believe it's also iTunes podcast. You know what I mean? And without forgetting about Spreaker and everything. You know what I mean? And it's on Facebook, and obviously you are on YouTube, my friend. You're on YouTube. So anyway, let's get right into it. So the story goes as follows, right? I'm going to be reading. Sorry, I'm not going to be holding like in school. You know what I mean? So I'm a man of 35 years old, and I'm married with 2 kids. My daughter is 10 years old and lives with my mom. For some time now, I have been going through my mom's phone due to what my daughter told me. Okay, that sounds like like a woman going through her husband's phone. Anyway, I stumbled on some stuff that my son I stumbled on some stuff that no son wishes to see regarding his mom. I saw a video of my mom having sex with 3 different. Whoa, Jesus! Holy smack! Damn! Hey! Oh Lord, man! I saw video of my mom having sex with 3 different men. Ooh. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying shit, man. So, my father, okay, he's getting to his father. So, my father was never a responsible man because he always was very unfaithful to my mom and hurt her many, many times. My mom was even arrested a few times because she was getting in fight with all my father's mistresses. Okay? Make sense? So it's been years now that they have been divorced, and I understand that my mom needs to have her own life or her own private life, right? So my mom is very beautiful and does not look her age. Be careful. My mom is very beautiful and does not look her age. Okay? She's 50 years old and looks way younger. Okay? Now that she is flirting with many men in her, okay, damn. So now that she's flirting with many men in her phone, they are images of her completely naked and with complicated video of her having sex with these men. Right, so it's not like she's having like orgies. So it's like different video that the man saw of his mom having sex with other men, right? So that different men, obviously. And okay, he said, my problem is that my daughter have seen all those video. Oh, okay. His daughter is 10 years old and she have seen all those video of his mom having sex with other men, right? And she knows who's grandpa, and obviously she knows who's grandma. So So he's saying, how do I tell my mom to stop those sexual practices, or at least not making sex tape anymore? And how do I explain to my daughter what she saw without losing her? That is actually a good question. That is actually the end of the story. It's a little bit too long, so I'm going to keep it there. So this is a story of a man that his daughter came to him like, "Hey, daddy, I saw mom or I saw grandma in some video that I shouldn't have seen." And dad is like, what do you mean video that you shouldn't have seen? So he start investigating, and he take his mom's phone without her knowing, and he goes through the phone, and he found out his mom is living her best life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, she's divorced. She's entitled to that. She's been taking care of your ass for the past years. I mean, how old did he say he was? He's like, what, 35? Yeah, 35 years old. So the least your mom deserves is to have some fun time. Now, there's a problem with it, obviously, just because the daughter stumbled into it. But to the naked eye, or to most people, that story seems simple. It's like, okay, oh, you should just stop your daughter from seeing those videos, or ask your mom to put some type of a password on the phone so that your daughter doesn't have any more access to that phone, or should I say to those videos. That makes perfect sense. But only to the naked eyes you can say that, because to the Bantu eyes, remember, this is cultural awareness, so I'm going to explain things based on culture. Usually, I'm a Bantu, right? I come from the Bantu tribe, or the Bantu traditions and things like that. It's, mostly, Central, Western Africa and things like that. So I'm going to explain it based on what the elderly, because the elderly had the opportunity to hear this story, and they were able to kind of give their opinion. So I'm just going to reiterate, is that how you say it? Whatever. If that's not the right word, hey, I have an excuse. English is not my first language, actually, but let's put it like that. So I'm just going to say it again, what the elderly people that read this story talk about. So I usually, go and listen and pay attention and take some notes. So let's get into it. This man is wrong on many levels. Number one, so I wrote it down. Once you are 5 years old and you leave your parent bed, you should never see the nude or your mom in all her Adam and Eve clothes for the rest of your life until she passes away. Because after a parent die, apparently there are some ritual or whatever, and not even every children is allowed to see his mother naked and things like that. It's just about washing her and everything, making sure that she's prepared for, to cross the path to the other world, like I would say. So number one, this man is wrong. Why? How come your daughter come and tell you, I saw mom naked, I saw her in some situation, and yet you go behind your mother's back, you take her phone and you try to see those naked video? The way you tell us the story tell us that you might have a crush on your mom. Sorry, man. I know you wrote the story, but hey, don't kill a brother. I'm just a messenger here, man, because, talk with some elderly people, and they told us, like, you might be under your mother's charm. Why? Because there's no reason in hell why you had to go through that phone to find out if it's the truth or not. If your daughter tells you, I saw grandma naked having sex with other men, the first thing you should do is erase the phone. Erase it completely without looking or whatever. Just go into setting, reinitiate the phone and erase it completely, because there's no reason for you to go through each video and seeing your mother in all her state. You know what I mean? Because obviously she's having her sex tape, she's living her life and everything. Your father's not there, she's divorced. Let your mother live her life. The only thing we can blame the mother here is the fact that she's leaving her phone around, and your daughter of 10 years old is coming through the phone. Man, she's an African child. What kind of African child is that going through parent phone? First of all, and no child under no circumstances should be going through her parent phone. That is completely I would say it's preposterous, like Stephen A. Smith. It's outrageous. You know what I mean? Something like that. No child should be going through their parent phone. Like, that is completely not okay, and it's even forbidden. I mean, I know that they didn't have phone back in the day, but it's not allowed. Let's just put it that way. It's not allowed for a child. You are 10 years old. What are you doing inside grandma's phone? First of all. And number two, grandma, why didn't you put a password on your phone? Maybe we might say she's 50, she might not know technology, but you know, you should still take some type of preventive measurement, I would say, to protect your phone or your privacy. You know what I mean? You know damn well that what you did, and the video that you have in the phone, the least you can do is keep it away so that children don't stumble on it. That is number one. So number two is, like the elderly said, your mother is divorced. You cannot stop your mother from living her life. She's 50. If you want to explain women anatomy and things like that, hey, be my guest. But we know that there are some women that get very horny at that around that age or wherever they live their best life or whatever. She's 50. You cannot stop her from living her life. The only thing that your mother is wrong again is leaving her phone around, right? So as soon as your daughter told you that she saw your mother in some type of sexual state or whatever, the first thing you needed to do, or if you couldn't erase the phone, is at least tell your mother to put a password on her phone so that the daughter doesn't have to see it anymore. And I believe that at 10 years old, trust me, your daughter already knows what sex is. She's just trying to confirm what she saw with you, but in her head, she already have her own opinion about exactly what she saw. So there's nothing you will say that will make you lose your daughter or whatever. It's more about taking preventive measure right now. That was number two. Number three is, the elderly recommend that you remove your daughter from that environment. Meaning, you said that your daughter is living with your mother, which is her grandmother. Remove your daughter away. You know, take her with you at home to maybe reprogram her brain or something like that based on what she saw. Right? That was number three. And number four is, parent put some password and don't. So you told us something which kind of let us know that you have a preconceived notion about your parent, or you already chose, you have chosen a side. Or have you chosen, or did you choose? You chose a side. How do we know that? You started by telling us trash about your dad. Oh, he was very unfaithful. He was never there. Like your mother got arrested many times because she was fighting with all his mistresses and stuff like that. That tells us that you want to justify already what your mom is doing. There's nothing wrong with you looking after your mom, but by doing what you are doing, by telling us bad stuff about your father, you are choosing side. A child should never have to pick side between a mom or a dad. You should always try your best, everything possible, to stay neutral. Why? Because there are some curse that will come with it. And now that I talk about the basis, we have a big problem. It's the fact that you've seen your mothers naked. And based on the Bantu tradition, a child who is already sleeping with women, just by sitting on his parents' bed, have slept with his mother. Period. If you already know woman, you're sleeping with woman, and you sleep and you even sit down on your parents' bed, it's considered that you have slept with your mother. It's forbidden. After a child already knows woman, you should never sit down again on your parents' bed. Now, if you've seen your mother nakedness while she's still alive, there's no disease involved, and you see her in her complete state having sex, it's considered like you slept with her. In return, you carry with you a curse. There are some ritual to remove that curse, because you shouldn't see things like that. It's not normal. You shouldn't see where you came out of. You should never have to see it. Trust me, you should never have to see it. And you know that's why everybody feel weird, right? When they even see their parent kissing, they're like, oh, I don't want to see that and things like that. Yeah, there's a reason why it grosses you out. Nature made it for you, it to gross you out. You should never have to see where you came out of. So just for that, my friend, you need to go see your parents, sit down with them and see if there are anything that can be done for you. Because if not, you will be carrying that curse and your children will carry it for generation. Usually they say it goes for something like they say 7 generation. So like 7 years, because apparently there's some things involved around the number 7. I don't know. I'm just telling you the story, not the story, but the analogy of parent. You should never have to see your parent nakedness, or mostly your mother. As a man, you should never have to see your mother naked. That is a no, 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 no. Man, I advise you to just go ahead and take your daughter away from your mom, explain to your mom what had happened, and try to sit down with both parents so that you guys can go through the ritual. You are a Bantu guy, so there are rituals that you can do to remove the curse that now is on your head. Because if not, they say you will start seeing, it will be like a dark cloud on top of you, where it's like nothing is going well in your life, and you start wondering like, what the hell is going on? Well, it's because of something like that you did without even knowing. And I don't know why you take a pleasure of looking each video of your mom having sex with other dudes. It's like somebody watching porn, like, and this is your mom. Like, no, you shouldn't see that. You shouldn't be seeing your mom bend over. Oh my God, just that image alone. Now this dude is making up. Now we don't want to see that, man. We don't want to see that. Damn. Man, be careful, man. You need to go ahead and see your parent. Now, this is to all my fans out there. If you want to write your story, right, feel free to write us at Cultural Awareness Podcast, man. We will, I guess now, televise your story, and many people will be leaving comments. This is going to be on YouTube. And obviously, I keep some type of anonymousness so that people don't have to know who it is that is telling the story. Only I will know, but I ain't no snitch. You know that African don't snitch. That's a rule of thumb. That we die with secret before we can say anything. But anyway, my point is, you can write out as Cultural Awareness. You can contact me through even IG, Cultural Awareness, and take a sneak peek at us, man. We about to blow this shit up. You know what I mean? What it do, baby? Okay.